Hello everyone, it's Hannah. Welcome back to my channel, and today, as it is October and now spooky season, I have an abandoned house build for you in honor of the spooky festives that are upon us. It is now October. Halloween gets me excited every year. I love scary stuff any type of year, honestly. I figure, as a horror fan, we have to bring that same energy into Sims. So today I have this build called 1976 Carrie Drive, which is named after the film Carrie, which was made in, you guessed it, 1976. This house is not inspired by that movie. I just was on Google looking for creepy names and the name Carrie came up and I thought about that film. If your name is Carrie and you are watching this, I personally do not think your name is creepy. I think your name is very lovely. It's Google who said it, not me. I don't make the rules. But anyway, that is what we are building today. I did my best to make this house look as abandoned, run down as possible, but The Sims is just so clean that it is a little bit difficult to do that. So I use vampires and city living primarily to help me make this build look a little dirty, but the game is just so clean. City living helped a little with the dirty carpet, dirty wall and all that fun stuff, but it's still very clean in the midst of its dirty. And for the paint on this house, which we didn't get to yet, but I do use island living, which I guess that's supposed to be for like a shack type of build. Still looks clean. So we had to make do. Imagination is key with this house. I had a lot of fun making the front yard and backyard of this house look very overgrown. I just pulled just a lot of grass from Vampires base game, scaled it up, scaled it down using the brackets key. I just placed it everywhere. From the top down, grass in this game doesn't look that good, but from not top down, it looks good. So that is what we have done. In addition to that, I'm going around and just placing cobwebs and cracks and holes in the wall from vampires just to make this house look a little aged. I don't know how old I imagine this house to be, like architecture wise. I kind of put it in, I guess, the early 1900s. I don't know. Sim that used to live here, they had money and they left. I just like, they had money, they left. And here we are. Since it's spooky time, I've been watching a lot of Phasmophobia live streams on Twitch. While watching that, this is kind of where this house came from. It's just the idea that there's this abandoned house on this road. It might be a little bit spooky. It probably is a little bit spooky. And you have people who go in to explore it, but it is one of those abandoned houses that is untouched. So that is why it still has all its furniture. And it looks clean because it's hard to make stuff dirty in its game. But if you remove that aspect, it's clean because it was just well taken care of. Or maybe the ghosts come by and do a little bit of dusting and mopping. Who knows, to the backyard, which again overgrown, and I threw like a little chair and table back there to show that it was once lived in. I just struggled to say that sentence, but it is not anymore, hence abandoned. are now on into the living room, and in this house I do cut forward a lot with the furnishing because I was very indecisive when putting this together because I was trying to get the style together. So right now I'm just going through and adding cracks and like water damage. Cracks and water damage to the house is what I'm adding. You know, we're doing all that fun stuff. Really quick though, I want to talk about Phasmophobia. I am obsessed with that game. I have not played it myself, but I have been watching a lot of it being streamed on Twitch. I'm really enjoying it. I think the concept behind it is really cool. I like that the ghosts can talk back to you. I just think it's overall a very cool idea of a game. In addition to that, I've been watching some Resident Evil 5 gameplay. I like the Resident Evil franchise. I've seen gameplay of all of the games except for 5 and 6. I'm watching 5 gameplay and I'm gonna go and watch 6. I think 5 is cool. I've heard that not a lot of people were a fan of 5. I'm not finished it yet, so maybe my opinion will change, but I think it's a pretty cool game. I know that Chris is absolutely huge in that game. Like, his arms are ridiculous. I don't know, man. I'm like, dude, what do you bench at the gym? Okay, but I like Chris Redfield. I like his character. But Jill is my favorite Resident Evil character. But this is not Resident Evil talk. Okay, maybe one day I will discuss more video games. But we're discussing Sims. So we're in the kitchen. Like I said, I tried to make this house look as rundown as possible. So that's what I'm doing with the cabinets. I purposely put them at different heights to make it seem like they're kind of falling off the wall a little bit. Is this house really abandoned? I don't know. Again, things in this game look so clean. And what I want to, or what I plan to do is, I have another abandoned house that I built last year, or maybe the year before that, for a rags to riches challenge that I was doing, where I switched it up and put the sim in an abandoned house instead of starting them completely outside. So the house had no functional rooms. It was just literally just a structure. I think what I want to do is resurface that house, download some CC of like rundown furniture, and make another abandoned house that's like abandoned in my head, like how I see it, like with the stuff actually run down and it being less clean. That's something I would want to do. I'm probably just going to like freestyle that house as far as decorations. I was thinking about Detroit Become Human, another video game. I forget when that came out. I think like 2 years ago. Fantastic game. In the beginning, when you play as Kara, I forget her name, but in the beginning of that game, when you play as like the female droid with the little girl, they are in the house with the little girl's dad, Alice. From what I remember, like their house is what I want my abandoned house to look like. If you've never seen the game, what I'm saying makes no sense, but when the time comes, I will include reference pictures. Also, speaking of reference picture, this house is a real house according to Google. I will insert a photo, or I will have inserted a photo at the beginning of this build. I forgot to do it before recording this. The interior is also from a reference photo as well. I didn't really follow it, but I will have included that when we got to the living room. I just forgot to go back and do it. So post voiceover Hannah, go back and do that.
Perfect.
So we're in the upstairs. I should say not every room in this house is functional because it's not supposed to be made to be lived in. I made it as an abandoned house. So if you want a sim to live in this house, it could easily have things added to it to make it functional. I had a sim living in here so that I could take the screenshots that you will see at the end, and he's fine. I don't plan on playing as him ever again, so good luck to him. But you know, for the time being, he was fine. I did want to point out that the bathtub and the stove and that dresser before I deleted it are debug items from Eco Lifestyle. So for now, that's all I really have to say. We're almost at the end of this speed build, and then at the end there will be screenshots. I'm wrapping this up real quick. Thank you so much for watching this video. I will link everything and where you can download this on a gallery in the description box. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.